A black city clerk accuses Pennsylvania council member of racial abuse. This is an interesting story. Put it up full mass. So the attention goes to Allentown councilwoman allegedly tells a black city clerk F you after years of racist abuse, sparks a lawsuit. Much of the complaint centers around racist comments allegedly made by white Allentown City Council member Candina Affa, whom she calls an unashamed bigot. The councilwoman is pictured here. Here's what happened. A black woman who serves as deputy city clerk for Allentown, Pennsylvania, is suing the city for permitting a racially hostile workplace environment, which she says has included racial slurs and other demeaning comments by city officials directed at her and other black employees and citizens for years. Atlanta Black Star reports in her complaint filed in federal court, Tawanna Whitehead alleges that during her 15-year tenure, she has been subjected to, quote, myriad racially hostile incidents that violates state and federal civil rights law. This includes a 2015 incident when, quote, a high-ranking city official allegedly used the term sand N-word multiple times. In her presence, then repeated the racial slur again in the presence of the city council president and her current supervisor, Michael Hanlon, the city clerk. She claims that at her urging, Hanlon reported the incident to the city's Human Resources Department, but says she was never told of any findings or remedial actions taken. The HR director did tell her in an interview, however, quote, "You're not the victim," end quote. In 2019, the complaint says Whitehead overheard Affa tell Hanlon in the city's fifth floor office suite that black people, quote, are always begging for something when they come to council meetings during budget discussions. Affa allegedly added that individuals in the black community did not want to educate themselves or work. Whitehead said she expressed concerns of Hanlon about the comments, but that he didn't respond and took no action. When she told Affa that her comments were hurtful, Affa apologized, saying, I don't mean to say it, end quote. Affa, who also said that when she owned a bar in town, quote, the minorities were causing all the issues, end quote. The lawsuit says, and later acts aloud in the office, quote, Black Lives Matter. What does that mean? Which the complaint contends to suggest, quote, the public outrage over deaths caused by black citizens like George Floyd was not warranted. When members of the black community requested that the associate degree requirement be dropped from the Allentown's police officer job qualifications, the complaint alleges that Affa remarked that, quote, the city's police chief himself had stated black people could not even educate themselves, end quote. Those comments by Affa were reported by Hanlon to HR and the city solicitor, but no action was taken against Ms. Affa. The situation apparently became intolerable for Whitehead in September 2023, when, while assisting Affa with an app on her phone, Whitehead says she inquired, quote, if she could ask Affa a question about certain comments Affa had made at a recent council meeting regarding racial issues. Affa responded that, quote, she does not care what a black person says, end quote. The complaint alleges then screened F. Justin Parker, affiliated with Black Lives Matter, F. Barbara Redden, affiliated with NAACP Allentown branch, and added F you too, end quote. Concerns by members of the public around racial discrimination in Allentown City Hall also came to a head September 2023 when a tumultuous city council meeting featuring hours of public comment resulted in a unanimous vote by the council for an outside investigation into alleged racism, reported the Morning Call. That vote followed a public letter from Allentown NAACP to the mayor, circulated in July of 2023, claiming that more than 10 employees had faced racial discrimination in their city hall jobs, including hearing racial slurs and facing wrongful termination. The investigation, led by a retired FBI agent, Scott Curtis, is ongoing. The city council voted 6-1 in June to pay his agency $300,000 to look into allegations of workplace discrimination and racism in city government. The investigators now trying to block the funding for it, citing contract procurement missteps. One of them is trying to stop the funding of the mayor, excuse me. The mayor's trying to stop the funding of it, citing a protocol issue. Whitehead has filed a racial discrimination complaint with the Equal Opportunity Employment Office. The EOC will certify the complaint or not. If they certify the complaint, typically it gives you a green light to sue them in federal court. All right. Obviously troubling, obviously a hostile work environment, and obviously nobody did anything. The issue isn't if it happened. The issue is, did the city utilize appropriate means to try and remedy the discrimination and offenses created? That becomes the actual issue in court. What say you, sir?
Pack her up and get her the hell out of here, Doctor. This woman is out of control and reckless. And the idea that the apparatus, man, that's the problem with, you know, a lot of these powerful institutions and figures. Like, the system is so averse to responding to problems because they look at it like, look, if it could happen to her, it could happen to me. So this sort of protectionism mechanism always kicks in, even for the most horrible, degenerate offenders. This woman is out of control. She's out of pocket. Yeah. Get her out of here. We're done with her.
Yeah, but they're not. You know, they like her. She thinks like one of them. All right, we would definitely be bringing you updates. Probably the settlement amount coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Right?